Okay guys, I come back again. That is paper number 2. You've tuned in. If it's the first time guys landing on my channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, you share, and then you like my videos, okay? Because these videos, I have a high hope and I have a lot of testimonies of people coming to me and saying your videos have helped us to achieve a lot in Mass Lead. So I'm just doing this for free guys. Make sure that you really understand what I'm doing, and then if you don't understand, just comment there and tell me what is it that you don't understand. I will explain to you. This is for free, so all you need to do, you just need to like, to share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so we are back on part 2, which is going to be question number 2. Let's go down to question number 2. Here we are on question number 2, same paper, Eastern Cape prelim, or September 2023. Load shedding is a reality in South Africa at present. Mr. Rudolph decided to buy a generator for his family to use during load shedding. Given below is an advertisement for a generator that he intends to buy. So this is the powers of that generator: 7.5 kVA, 4-stroke kickstart petrol generator. Now this generator now is 13,499 rand. This generator was 13,999 rand. We have saved 500 rand. Okay, the company selling this generator offers the following payment option illustrated in the table 3. So option number 1, we have the cash payment. Option 2, we have the hire purchase. So in the hire purchase, they're saying you're gonna pay 18% deposit and 16.25% per annum interest charged on the balance. This balance must be paid off in equal installment over 12 months, meaning that whatever that is going to be of deposit, you're going to pay it cash. Then the remaining, they're going to charge you the interest of 16.25%. Now, they say use the above information to answer the questions that follow. Where's my phone? Okay. Now, they say calculate the percentage discount. The offered on the Ruby 7.5 kVA generator. How much is the discount in the percentage as a percentage? Okay, so we know that our discount amount is 500. So this 500 was given from which amount? It was given from the, what is happening? Okay, this discount was given from the 13,999. So we're gonna have 13,999. Then we multiply here by 100. Then we can see how many percentages we have. 500 divided by 13,999 multiplied by 100, and that gives us 3.57%. That is how much the percentage was given. Right, then let's proceed to the next one. Mr. Rudolph stated that he has budgeted 1,000 per month to buy the generator using payment option number 2. Verify showing all calculation whether the 1,000 per month will be enough for the monthly installment. Remember guys, when you buy a cell phone, let's say for instance you want to buy an iPhone on the hire purchase, okay, then you say before you buy this iPhone, you're gonna tell yourself that, okay, I have 1,500 that I am not doing anything with it. Instead, I'm going to take a phone. So that means you are willing to pay 1,500 per month. Like Mr. Rudolph here, he is willing to pay 1,000 per month towards the installment of the generator. Now, let's see, according to the terms and conditions, will that 1,000 be enough to cover the monthly expenses? Right now, we don't know how much is the monthly installment of the generator. Let's calculate the monthly installment of that generator. Okay, so the first thing, remember, he is no longer going to buy the generator with 13,999. He is going to buy the generator with let me start it here because it's going to be very long. 13,499. But here is the thing, the first thing that must be paid is a deposit. So we're going to multiply here by 18 over 100. Let's see how much you must pay. Remember, the deposit is the amount that you must pay in cash. So that they can give you what? They can give you that item. You can't just go there and say, I want this item, then they will just give you. No, they won't give you. So the deposit to be paid here is 2,429 rand 82 cents. So this is the amount of cash that Mr. Rudolph will pay. Thereafter, they are not going to charge the interest on 13,000. They are only going to do this. Therefore, we're going to say 13,499 minus 2,429,82, which will be how much? Which will be 11,069,18. Okay, so this is the amount that they're going to charge the interest. So now let's add the interest on this amount. Okay, look at what I'm going to do. I like this method because it saves time and it makes you to understand everything that you're doing. This amount, I'm going to take you back to the topic of the loan, interest, loan, and banking. If you're going to borrow an amount from the bank, that amount, it comes as 100%. There are no interest added there. So now, according to this, we're going to take the amount that we're going to borrow from that store, then plus our interest. How much of the interest? Is 16.25%. Then the total interest, the amount, the principal amount plus the interest is going to be what? When I say 100 plus 16.25, and that will be 116.25. Then I want to write, you can use this amount the way it is, but I like to do this. I like to, because this is a percentage. So I like to take this amount and divide it by 100, not to use the percentage sign. Okay, so if I divide that by 100 there, it gives me 1 comma it's gonna give me 1,1625. So I'm just gonna take this 11,069 multiplied by 1,1625, and that will be, let's see, 11,069,18 multiplied by 1,1625, and that will give me 12,867.92. What is this amount? This is the amount that Rudolph will pay in total, including the interest. But remember, we have put aside the deposit, because the deposit works like this. The deposit, you have to pay it the day you're going to collect the generator. If today I'm going to decide that I'm going to buy myself a generator, and when I get there and say, this generator is expensive for me, can I take it in the with the installment? They're gonna say it's fine, but you need to pay out what? The deposit. But on that deposit, it doesn't mean that they will again charge the interest. No, they don't charge the interest on the deposit. You pay it once. So now there is the total amount that Rudolph must pay. So what are we going to do with this? This amount must be divided in what? Over 12 months. So we're going to divide here by 12. We're going to divide there by 12. And if we divide there by 12, we get 1,072 rand 32 cents. This is the amount that he must pay monthly. But remember, Rudolph budgeted 1,000. Will that 1,000 be enough? No, the statement is invalid. The statement is invalid. The 1,000 won't be enough. Okay, then we go to 213. They say Mr. and Mrs. Rudolph are considering paying cash for the generator and dividing the payment in the ratio 5:3 respectively. How much will Mrs. Rudolph contribute toward the generator? Remember, how much is the cash price? The cash price is 13,499. Now, here's the cash. This 5% represent who? It represents Mr. And they said respectively. When they say respectively, they're saying in that order that their names were given. So their names start with Mr. and Mrs. So it means the first number is for Mr. The second number is for Mrs. Now, when we're dealing with this, all in all, I guess this one is going to bring 3 and this one is going to bring 5. So all in all, how much did they bring? They have brought 8. Okay, so what is the ratio for Mrs. is going to be 3. So you're going to say 3/8. And how much is going to be? 13,499 multiplied by 3/8. And that is going to be 5,062.13. That is how much Mrs. Rudolph will contribute. Let's go to 2.2. 2.2, the generator uses petrol 93 or petrol 95 fuel. Table 4 below shows the fuel price in South Africa in January 2023. Okay, we have 95, we have 93. Then they're telling you about the inland. They're telling you about the inland. Now, the prices are different. If you look at 93 in the inland, is 21 rand 10 cents, but on the coastal is 20 rand 45 cents. Together with the 95 is like that. Now, when you go to the first question, they say calculate the difference in inland and coastal price of 95. Let's go to 95. We need the difference between inland and the coastal. What did they say about the weight different? We just subtract. So we're going to subtract 21 rand 40 with 20 rand 75 cent. So what is the difference? 21,40 minus 20,75. So how much is that? So I am getting 0,65. That is the difference between the two. Now let's continue and go down. So now when you go down, the same. Petrol number 5 decreased by 2 rand 6 cents per liter in January 2023. Calculate the inland cost of petrol 95 in December 2022. Remember, what comes first between December 2022 and January 2023? December 2022 came first. Then we had January 2023. Meaning that these prices were more than this. So now let's check which one we need to calculate. We need to calculate what? The inland of 95. The inland of 95. It means that this inland of 95, it was more than 21 rand 40 cent. It means that it have went down. So let's take it up so that we can get the figures for last year. So we're going to take what? The 21 rand 40 and then we add 2 rand 6 cent and see how much is it. 21,40 plus 2,06. So how much is it? So it means this petrol price was 23 rand 46 cent, because they say that this price have done that it have decreased. You see, it is moving from 23 to 21. Indeed, it have decreased. Now let's go to 2.2.3. Calculate the total cost of fuel generator will use in 31-day month. If the generator uses 2.5 liter of petrol 93 per hour, if used twice a day, at least 2.5 hours each session, the coastal rate is applied. So what do we need to calculate? Remember our action verb. I'm still going to code it. Action verb, a doing weight. We must calculate. Even here, we saw that we're calculating. We've added something. So now, what do we need to calculate? We need to calculate the total cost for 31-day month. But remember, they are saying the generator is being used what? Twice a day. Okay? And each session is going to be used for 2.5 hours. Okay. And they're saying they say they uses 2.2 liters of petrol 95 per hour. Let's see in a day how many hours do we use this generator. We're gonna say 2.5 multiplied by 2, which gives us what? 5 hours. In a day we are using our generator for 5 hours in a day. So how much are the liters that we use? In 1 hour we use 2.5. So in 5 hours, how many liters are we going to use? So we're going to say 5 multiplied by 2.5. Is it 2.5? No, 2.2. So we are using 11 liters. We are using 11 liters of petrol. Okay? We are using 11 liters of petrol in a day. Remember, everything here is in a day. Now, we can calculate what? The cost. Or we can calculate the number of liters in a month. Therefore, we're going to multiply this by 31 days. So how many liters? Multiply by 31. It means we are using 341 liters. Let's go and check the dates and let's check the price. We are using 93. Which price is? The coastal rate. Let's go and look for 93, the coastal rate. The coastal rate, it says 1 liter is 20 rand 45 cents. But how many liters have we used for that month? We have used 341. Therefore, we multiply here by 20, it was 45, eh? Yeah, 45. 45. So we're going to multiply that by 20,45. So it means the cost of that petrol is 6,973,45. That is our cost for the 31 days in a month. Let's go to 2.3. Here's how many questions? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 questions. The enemy of other people here. Tariff system. But it's fine. You've got me. Right. Currently, there is a very serious water shortage in the Nelson Mandela Bay district. Dams are running dry and therefore the reasonable use of water is very important. Table 5 below shows the Nelson Mandela Bay regular tariffs for normal water availability as well as tariffs that are applicable during the water shortage. So when we go there, let's look at those things first. These are the tariffs during the water shortage. These are the tariffs for the normal. Okay, so they are charging people. If the waters are very scarce, they have the rates, but if the waters are not scarce, they're just available, they charge a different rate. Okay, so we have the number of kilos used per day. Let's go to the questions. They say write down you see That word, action verb, there are no calculations to take place. We're just going to observe something and write it down. Write the maximum. What is the maximum? The highest number of kiloliters of water that a consumer can pay in step 1, that they can pay for. Again, that they use per day. What is the maximum? The highest is 0.3 kiloliter. 0.3 kiloliter. This muscle dress, it doesn't need you to think too much. Everything is just here in front of you. Now, 2.3.2. Calculate the amount of VAT paid per kiloliter in step 3 during normal water availability. So during what? Normal water availability in step number 3. So what they have said, they said these prices, they include VAT. So what must we do? We must calculate the amount of VAT to be paid. There is 20 rand, is it? Yeah, 28 rand 96. 28 rand 96 cent multiply by. Now I'm gonna do something here of VAT. Okay, in VAT, I'm just going to remind you, in VAT we have 3 things. We have VAT, I like to do it this way. We have, VAT exclusive, we have VAT inclusive. Okay, so always the VAT exclusive is 100%, the VAT is 15%, the VAT inclusive is 105. So when you multiply, this is what we do. I used to tell people, you do it like this. I you always multiply with a fraction. So that fraction, this is what you do. The number that you're going to put on top here is what you want. And what you're going to put on the bottom is what you have. So now what do we need? They say we must calculate the VAT. It means that in our fraction on top, we're going to put what? 15 over what? What is this amount? We're gonna go back to this table. What are these prices representing? These prices are representing the VAT inclusive. The VAT has been included. And how many percent is the VAT inclusive? Is 115. Therefore, we're gonna say 28.96 multiplied by 15 over 115. And that is how much? That is 3.78. I have rounded it off. It was 3.77. 777. So I have rounded off to 2 decimal. Okay, which one was I answering? I was answering this one. Now let's come to this one. Now, Mr. Rudolph claims that if he used 0.73 kiloliter of water per day, where there is a water shortage, he pays less than 30 rand per day, including VAT for the water. Let's see. You see, they say he is using what? 0.73. I want to do this. Well, we have to see where there was what? Where there is a water shortage. It means that the amount that we are going to use here is this amount. Okay, but let's see here. Let's distribute that. Now we go to step number 1. I do it this way. I'm telling you this now. When you go to write your test, when you do anything, you must also ask yourself questions. Can 0.73 fit here? No, it can't fit. Okay, but there's something that I've not done. I'll tell you what is that. The summary. Okay, then we take 0.3. I've not summarized this, but if you check on my other videos where I deal with tariffs only, I will tell you about summarizing the tariff block before. Now, how many units are within 0,3 and 0,5? Now, there's a bit of confusion when it comes to something like this, because when you look at step number 1, they've counted from 0 to 0,3. Now, how will I know that there are how many kiloliters within step 2? What I'm going to do, I'm going to say 0,5 minus 0,3. I found out that step number 2 has only 0,2 kiloliters. Now, let's do this. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, because the 0,73 did not fit, I took this. I get? Then I'm going to subtract it here. And how much am I left with? 0,73 minus 0,3. I'm left with 0,43. Now I ask myself, because block number 2 can accommodate 0,2 kiloliters, can 0,43 fit in here? No. That means I must take the whole of 0,2. Then I will come again and subtract 0,2 because I have distributed it, minus 0,2. Then I am left with 0,23. Tell you a story there. I'm gonna come back. Let's go back to block number 3. Block number 3 is from 0,5 to 8,0. So how many kiloliters are within there? So we're gonna say 0,8 minus 0,5. So it gives me 0,3. Well, so let's go down. How many kiloliters are left now? We are left with 0,23. Can 0,23 fit in here? Yes. So how many kiloliters do we take? We take 0,23. And a person will come and say, why don't we take 0,3? It's because 0,3 cannot fit into 0,23, but 0,23 can fit into 0,3. Now let's check again if these kiloliters are giving us 0,73. 0,3 plus 0,2 plus 0,23. They are giving us exactly 0,73. So let's go and take those charges. It's 20,81, the first one. 20,81. Then the second one is how much? 31,80. 31,80. Then the third one, 63,60. Then let's hit the calculator now. 0,3 multiplied by 20,81. It gives us 6,243. Then this 0,2 multiplied by 31,80. It gives us 6,36. And then 0,23 multiplied by 63,60. It gives us 14,628. Let's add them together. Plus 6,36 plus 6,243, and that gives us 27,231. Now remember this block this block, they say is a VAT exclusive, but then when we go back, they say he pays less than 30 including VAT. Let's include VAT. So when we include VAT, we're going to say we need the VAT inclusive from the VAT exclusive. Okay, then we multiply by 115 over 100. So that is going to be 31,32. Let's go in and verify. Is the statement valid or invalid? Mr. Rudolph claims that if he uses this of water per day, while there is a water shortage, he pays less than 30. The statement is invalid. He will be paying more than 30 rand per day. Okay. Then we go to 2.3.4. Give a possible reason why the Rudolph family is likely to use more waters during the December. What happens in December is that we have more visitors, and then apart from having more visitors is that Mr. Rudolph and their families, they will spending the whole of their holidays at home. They won't be going to work, meaning that if they used to use the water that they used to use at work, they will now use it at home. So that is why they're gonna use more water in December. So see you guys in part number 3.